In half a mile, turn right to merge onto M59 East toward I-75.
says second favorite is Jamar Jefferson. I think he has more potential than Swift. He was a steal in the 7th. Reminds me a little bit of Barry.
More potential than Swift, who was drafted at the beginning of the 2nd. But the 7th round pick is more potential.
Who is your second favorite?
Doug, this may surprise you.
In
I know you're
1.6
probably
miles,
thinking
turn right onto
it's
West Avon
Melon
Road.
because I've been talking a lot
You're a
about
Melon
that.
Famo guy.
And I am. I'm a big fan of his. But for me, it's Derek Barnes, linebacker from Purdue, who hits like a truck, wants to seek people out and hit them. From a linebacker position, it sounds like they want to use him as a defensive weapon. Unleash him on quarterbacks and, seek and destroy missions. He's got great size, great strength, and seems to have a real penchant for playing the sport and playing at a high speed. I like that. The high motor guys, if you will. But he's the guy that I think I'm most excited about. And it's outside of Penei Sewell. He may not start the season, but I don't think he's that far away from starting. I mean, if his competition is Jelani Tavai, I like his chances at some point of unseating him as being in the starting lineup.
Okay. Kang, who's your second favorite draft pick?
I'm going to go with the guy you should have gone with, Gator. Cornerback, Melifanu.
Melifanu?
Yes, that way we have two cornerbacks that we cannot pronounce their name.
Right? Yeah.
Actually, probably.
Well, of Kuda, of course. Kuda's not just most simple either.
Or Warrior is, yeah, sure.
But, no, I really like him. He's a big, physical, athletic cornerback. Now, he's got to brush up on his technique and things like that. That's why he wasn't a top, first or second round pick. But I think he's a guy that definitely can help this team. They need corners, obviously. They have Okuda, you think, is locked in on one side, but they let go of, in the recent years, Slay and Coleman. So I think he is a guy that's underlooked. Because everyone goes after, running back, receiver. I think this is the guy who's going to be underlooked and the second best pick in this draft when it's all said and done.
So, look,
I love his upside.
Yeah.
Amon-Ra St. Brown signed his contract, and I kind of suspected that he was the second most popular draft pick. I might be wrong on that, but that's why we asked the question. His name came up as much as anybody. Mine's in Wuzarika, and I absolutely love his tape from Washington.
Turn right onto West Avon Road.
Worried about the opt-outs, but I'm hoping that that's nothing to worry about. But just wanted to do a little experiment here and see what people had to say about who their second favorite of the draft picks were. But St. Brown is
turn right onto
he's going to have an opportunity, and he's at a position that people talked about a lot prior to the draft.
Yeah, he's going to get a lot of opportunity. I really like this draft class, and maybe it's because, sadly, because the Lions have so many needs,
Sure.
that these guys are all going to get opportunities to play a lot in their rookie seasons. But, you think about having a guy at a skilled position like wide receiver. Let's see what he can do. You don't think much of the guys they signed as free agents for the one-year contracts. Okay, fair enough, I get it. Cephas is not the most exciting receiver that you think of, but St. Brown comes in with a chip on his shoulder, a little bit of swagger. He's already letting people know he's not happy that there were so many receivers that went ahead of him. And he comes from a big-time program, so I don't think he's any newbie to the pressure cooker. He's got a whole family of athletes, and then family members that have played in the NFL and are playing in the NFL. So I like him. Kang's thought of Melifanu. What I like about him most is that he's game. He's ready to go out there and make plays no matter what it is. And your defensive backs have to be able to tackle as well. Not just your safeties. Your corners have to be able to tackle and be physical. And he is a big physical corner who's not afraid to stick his helmet into situations and make tackles. Not unlike Okuda. That's really what I liked about Okuda, is that he supports the run game, the run defense. Now, obviously, your primary job is to prevent the guy from catching the football, but it's those other little things that help out. And I don't know if Melifanu will stay at corner, if he'll be some sort of safety at some point in his career because he's got that size to do it, but I'm encouraged by that. All that said, Barnes is still my guy.
Is this draft completely void of a hated pick?
Hated, yeah. I wouldn't say
There was no
hated.
hated. You questioned.
I questioned, when they took McNeil, I questioned that because
Gator didn't like the double tap.
I didn't like the double tap and defensive tackle.
I did. But King, there's no hated pick, is there? I mean, hated pick?
Not hated, but there are people that didn't like the double pick of the defensive tackles back to back. Just the position wasn't necessarily the player.
They're going to play different positions. Like McNeil's more of a straight on the center nose.
I know, but people look at defensive tackle and they just see
I get where that they're going to be playing different positions, but if you were going to tell me they're going to do a double tap at a position group, I might have done the shoot the boot guarantee would have been a wide receiver, right? Fortunately, I didn't. I already rid of boot, but they went with the defensive tackle. So. I don't hate. No, do I hate the pick? No. I don't hate the pick. There wasn't like some player that was screaming from the rooftops, "You got to take this guy." Not at that point. Now maybe around earlier, but not at that point.
Yeah. All right, 248-539-9797. We got open lines. Carson Anderson. Welcome to those of you watching on Twitch, twitch.tv, where you can stream the show and see inside the Jamie Samison studios. Also comments there on the streaming chat. You can stream the show with the Odyssey app, AUDACY, where you can always rewind and hear what we had to say earlier, anything on a variety of topics. But you can stream the show and take take it anywhere with you on your mobile device. Then there's the website, 971theticket.com, where you can stream the show there and read all the great content put out there by Evan Jenkins, the Birchie Kid. All that available at 971theticket.com. Don't forget, coming up today at 12:30, chance to win $1,000. Gator's got a boat etiquette question. We'll get to it at 12:35. This came up yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you think you did the right thing, or do you have no idea?
I think I did, but there's going to be plenty of people out there, plenty of guys out there who will say, well, I mean, you don't have to do it that way, but I did.
Okay, we'll get to that today at 12:30. Last night, whether you found it or not on YouTube TV, if you were looking for the Tigers, we tried to warn you it's on YouTube. It's not on YouTube TV. It was on YouTube, streamed live. YouTube TV is a subscription service, but you could stream the Tiger game live. Hopefully you either had the app on your smart TV or did the screen mirror thing or whatever you had to do to get to watch the game. But probably the most important thing that happened in that game was that Manning made his major league debut. Their third stud prospect pitcher to be called up and get a shot this year. Obviously, the two Mize and Schoop had their shot last year, and now the first full season this year for those two. But Manning, is he here to stay? It's an interesting debate. We will get to that today at 12:20. You're on Carson Anderson on 97.1.
The now legendary 24 Seconds Bar and Grill in Berkeley, it's still the place to be for great times and with great friends. That rooftop deck is open, and it is fantastic. And hey, what we got next week, next Tuesday, full 100% capacity at bars and restaurants. This is great news for people that have been dying to get to 24. Now you know that you can. You can check out the new big screen TVs they have inside. They took down the projector TVs. They put up big new flat screen TVs. They are absolutely incredible. Great drink specials during the NHL and NBA playoff games. And for the Tigers, well, enjoy yourself some $3 bottles and cans of Miller Lite and Coors Light during those games. And be sure to check out the best wings in town on their menu. If you need a party or any event catered, let 24 Seconds do all the work. That way you can just enjoy your guests, and they provide the food, which is delicious. Or, hey, how about reserving a private luncheon? You can do that at 24. Every seat's a great seat at 24 Seconds. All the flat screen TVs around there, you're going to have great views of all the games. Right there in Berkeley, the service is fantastic. The food is great. My favorite, love the French dip these days, man. That French dip is awesome. Here's a little hack for you. Order a side of waffle fries with some queso dip. Bingo, bango, it's awesome. And if you're looking for a great place to work, 24 Seconds is now hiring cooks. Check out all the specials and the happenings they have on the website at 24secondsbar.com. And as always, there's free parking around back. You can't miss it. It's 24 Seconds Bar and Grill on 12 Mile in Berkeley.
Now's a great time to get a new Toyota during our Toyota Summer Getaway Sales Event. Hi friends, Bill Golling here for Golling Toyota Warren, telling you about some of the great values. During June, qualified buyers can receive either $750 customer cash or 2.9% APR financing for 60 months on all 2021 Toyota Highlanders, including the hybrid that gets 36 miles per gallon. We have a limited selection and are located in the corner of Van Dyke and 696. That's Golling Toyota Warren, your Toyota connection. Check us out online at gollingtoyota.com.
For the ones who get going when the going gets tough. And the ones who know we're tougher together. For the Pathfinders breaking new ground, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as fast access to experts and 24/7 customer support. Because we know you have people depending on you, so you can always depend on us. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Lowe's, we're your go-to for great gardening values every day. That's why we've lowered our price on select bagged mulch, now starting at just $2.88 a bag. Mulch helps prevent weeds and retains moisture. And when you put it down around trees, shrubs, and flower beds, you'll see how beautiful it makes your outdoor space. Just in time to welcome back family and friends. Shop online and pick up in store. Lowe's, home to the best part of summer. Selection and product availability vary by location. While supplies last, U.S. only, excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
For the ones who know that a little late is always too late. And that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. And our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. We are so proud that we now have over 3,000 five-star reviews from our clients, with the majority of our loans closing in 10 business days or less. Call 248-308-5000 or go to callhallfirst.com.
Hall Financial, NMLS ID 1467435, Equal Housing Lender.
Your opinion matters. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio line at 248-539-9797. Book your stay at the D by visiting thed.com. The D Las Vegas, the home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
There are no sweeter sounds. Hear the game. Here. All the play-by-play all season is on 97.1 The Ticket and the Odyssey app.
Question.
Well, I'm here with the answers.
When Casey Mize pitches, do you feel like you want to see every single start?
Yeah.
When Tarek Skubal pitches, do you feel like you want to see every single start?
Not the same feeling I have for Casey Mize.
But you do want to see...
I love the Tigers, so I'm going to watch every game as best I can.
Yep. What about Matt Manning?
Matt Manning is on board. Same thing.
I feel like 3 out of the 5 starters they have right now, I feel I don't want to miss a start.
Well, I mean, because I'm a Tiger fan, I'm going to watch 5 out of 5. But if I had to rank them, I think Mize is number 1. Manning might be number 2. And then tied would be Skubal and Turnbull.
Okay.
And then Matthew Boyd bring up the rear, but I'll watch Matthew Boyd start.
I mean, if Turnbull comes back and Manning's here to stay and they trade Urena or whatever, I mean, wow, that's a young, fun staff. Manning pitched last night, made his debut. I said it yesterday. If I said to you yesterday, Gabe, if I said he's going to go 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, would you say I'll take that?
If you put up the line he did yesterday, I would take that. To make his debut, knowing that he did not pitch very well in AAA, he had 2 good starts out of 9 or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would have taken it. I thought he looked competent.
Right.
Did he look a little raw at times? Absolutely. But he also looked like a guy who's got plenty of potential. He looks young.
Yeah.
And what is he, 22 or 23, something like that?
For a guy who hasn't had a ton of success at the AAA level, going 5 innings and giving up just 2 earned runs, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Now, if it were some journeyman AAA guy, I'd be like, all right, well, whatever. But this is first major league start. How old's Matt Manning?
I think he's 23.
Okay. He's scraping the surface of what he can be. And we have seen, specifically in Skubal, him go from pretty bad at the major league level to pretty good at the major league level.
Yeah, 1 season.
In 1 year.
Same thing with Mize.
I don't know that Mize was ever as bad as Skubal was.
Mize was worse than Skubal last year.
Was he? I thought Skubal was worse.
Pretty sure Mize was there.
Okay, well, either way, Mize started to turn it around at the beginning of this year, and Skubal, it was a slower process this year. But this is made, when you have 3 young arms like this could be really fun, people. This could be really, really fun. Now, to get into throw his secondary pitches for strikes. His fastball, he relied on it heavily. He threw 77 pitches, 52 fastballs, 10 sliders, 7 changeups, and 6 curves. But the last inning he was out there, he struck out 2, and they got him out of there. And at 77 pitches through 5 innings, and I think that was a little bit of, he could go another inning, but what's the point?
I think there's a lot of it.
Good start for him. Let's turn over the bullpen, and the bullpen wasn't great, but the defense really let him down. I mean, that Nico Goodrum error
is huge.
Runner on first, nobody out after a single. So it was off Funkhauser, wasn't it?
Yes.
And then a ground ball to Funkhauser, and he makes what is one of the more underrated tough plays to make.
Yeah.
The 1-6-3 double play ball.
Spin around, throw it to second base accurately.
At the major league level, even now, the pitcher spinning around and throwing it to second base accurately, how often do you see that ball fly into center field? Because I don't want to over-exaggerate, but I think
like half the time.
I feel like it's something like 95%.
I think it's, I don't know what the percentage is, but it feels like it's half the time, which means it's probably like 25% of the time. But it's not an easy throw to make, and I don't know if they would have completed the double play, but they would have gotten the lead runner, which would have been nice. But they could have gotten a double play out of it. But Goodrum didn't hang out of the baseball.
He just dropped
I don't know, how do you drop that?
It wasn't on the transfer. It was just a straight drop.
Straight up drop.
I mean, I think it's a classic make sure of 1. You're so hurried to get 2 that you drop the ball and don't even get the 1. Now it's first and second, nobody out, and then there was a walk, and then the floodgates just opened up.
Yeah.
A single home run.
Then they bring in Jose Iglesias off the bench, and he swings to the first pitch and lines a base hit into left field, and the infield was playing in. If the infield was playing in like double play depth, would have been a line out? Maybe. This is one of the reasons why I love baseball. It's all these little intricacies that happen during the course of a game, how you line up defensively, and it's hit or miss. You don't. You're playing the odds, right? You've got all these charts that tell you exactly where you should line up because he hits the ball this direction in a certain percentage of time. That's why guys are in or guys are left. You shift this way, shift that way, and when someone beats that alignment, you tip your hat. Say, nice job.
I think it was Akil Baddoo in third. I can't remember who it was when Eric Haas hit the ground ball past the pitcher right up the middle.
1.7 miles.
And
Turn right onto
my
West
baseball
Road.
radar still goes base hit. And you forget about you know about the shift.
Right.
But then you realize there's somebody positioned directly behind second base, basically playing deep pitcher.
Yeah.
And then it leads to an out, and you're just like, damn it.
I tell you, there is one thing going on with the Tigers right now it was intriguing last year, and it's intriguing again this year. Didn't start off that way, but in the last 23 games, Jonathan Schoop is hitting .374. That's a decent sample size. His batting average on the season now, he's up to .275. He did another home run last night. He's got 12 bombs this year. Last year he played 44 games, hit .278 with 8 home runs. So more games this year, he's gotten more production, but it almost feels like he wasn't around for the first 20 games of the season. He was a non-factor, as were most of the Tigers, not named Akil Baddoo to start the season. But he's picked it up, man. He's become a real asset to this team. At the end of last season, I was like, this is a guy I wish they had signed to a multi-year contract, a 2-year deal, because he had played so well, along with C.J. Chrome's the other one. They got him back for another year for this upcoming season, for this season currently, and he's playing well. Is he starting to get, you think, value throughout the league at all?
Maybe a little.
I mean, is he a guy that if you wanted to really get, let's say, a prospect from another team, that you could pair him with like a Spencer Turnbull and really get something?
I mean, I don't know what really get something means, but I do think that he will have some value. I hope, but not a ton. I think you'll get somebody else's Willie Castro. I mean, Willie Castro was at one point the Indians' third-ranked prospect, and to get him for Leonis Martin, was it Leonis Martin? I think it still looks like a really good deal, even though Castro has come back to earth a little bit. But
right, but he's starting to pick it up a little bit. But I guess my point is, because I don't think he's going to be getting you too much on the market. And if he's not going to get you too much on the market, are we going to be disappointed if he's here for the rest of the season? As Tiger fans, you could have gotten some for him? Because
I mean, if you're not going to get anything,
he'd be a rental player. So what exactly are people expecting? But at the same time, he's killing the ball, and he should be able to help out another team that's in the hunt.
So is Manning here to stay was the question I asked, and I would still say probably not, although word today that they may hold Boyd and Turnbull out until after the All-Star break. The only thing A.J. Hinch promised was another start for Manning next Wednesday against St. Louis. I wouldn't confirm that was an afternoon game, but nothing really matters, I guess. But a chance for the home fans to see him, and I'm as intrigued with him as really the early stages of the other two. I want to watch every start.
Well, I like what I saw from Manning. I'm encouraged by it. We know that he was a first-round pick, and we expect better things, and he was really good at Double-A a couple years ago. Missing last year really hurt Matt Manning, along with a lot of other players in baseball that are top prospects. I mean, he didn't get a chance to pitch, not competitively. I mean, throwing on the side in Toledo, while there's no minor league season, isn't anywhere near close to having any kind of a season. So, you can maybe explain away why he hasn't been so good this year at Toledo. Obviously, his start was forced because of the injuries. But last night was a good step forward in the right direction. To start his career, that's a good start. That's a better start than Justin Verlander had in his first start. That's a better start than a lot of guys have had in their first start. Casey Mize and Tarek Skubal included. Now, is he more comfortable here with the Tigers? Being on a staff with the same guys that he was successful with a couple of years ago? Is he more comfortable here because Fetter, the pitching coach, this is the Tigers pitching coach. It's not Erie's or Toledo's pitching coach. This is the big league guy who's helping to shape the careers of all the young pitchers here. Would it make more sense to keep him here? And even this season, because they're going to be on, everybody's going to be on innings count, right? And pitch counts.
Yep.
Would it make sense to keep him here the rest of the season, even if he's not starting? Do you keep him here just to use out of the bullpen? Because if you're going to use up innings, might as well use him at the major league level. You're still getting major league instruction.
I'd probably send him back down, but an argument can be made. Get him used to starting a game and try and get 6-7 innings out of him down at AAA. Let's go to your phone calls. Kevin on a cellular on 97 on the ticket. Hi, Kevin.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's up?
I just wanted a couple quick points. First on the Lions, I'm quietly optimistic about what they're doing with that offensive line and the running game, but boy, does it look like it's got a lot of potential going forward.
Yep.
The coaches that they're bringing in seem to be all very qualified coaches at almost all their positions, which is really great. Glad to see it. Number two, Tigers. I kind of quit listening to them and watching them for quite a while. I was just sick and tired of it, but I've been listening to them lately on the way home from work. I work second shift. And, they're actually getting fun to listen to again. They're quietly getting it done. Yeah, they're not playing great teams, but they are pulling out the win. And my last point, Gator, I just bought a boat.
Nice, congratulations.
You deserved it.
What kind of boat you going, Kev?
I picked up on a pontoon boat. I have a small lake up